So welcome everyone. Uh, so today we are assembling to have the orientation session for Mains Guidance Program 2020-22. So I hope that all of you are mentally prepared for the year-long journey for Civil Services Examination 2022. We have one good advantage, and that is we have sufficient time to prepare for the mains examination as well as the prelims examination, given that we are starting now. This is exactly the time that needs to be given to the civil services preparation. The mains guidance program, it has been time tested and a proven program for preparation of civil services mains examination, and we can guarantee you that if you follow the plan and the program to the hilt, all right, you will see a good rank, ideally rank within top 50 or top 100 if you follow the program very well. All right, so in today's orientation session, I'll tell you briefly about a few things that I want to highlight. All right. The first thing that I would want to talk about is that about the MGP program, that what it is. All right, then one thing that is very important for your own confidence is whether it works or not, and for how many people it has worked. We can see there's the previous success stories, people from different backgrounds, from different educational backgrounds, different familial backgrounds, different social backgrounds who have been part of this program in the 4 or 5 years that it has been in its existence. All right, then we'll also discuss what is the difference between MGP, MGP plus concept classes. All right, the concept classes that are part of 2022 program exclusively. What you will get, that is called the charter, or sometimes if you must be aware of this word, which you will see in your syllabus also, city and charter, isn't it? So you will get a charter, that what you will get in this program, what we are trying to commit. Then next I will deal with the support, that is how will you get support from the mentors, and how you will get support from general support if you need any during your preparation journey. Alright, so MGP is a full-fledged program that will take you from a very basic level to a decently high level with respect to your mains preparation. We will take care of end-to-end preparation as far as the general studies mains paper is concerned. Alright, then the last and the most important point is how to extract maximum value and mistakes to avoid. Alright, to benefit from any program, there are certain good practices or certain best practices that we must follow, and there are certain mistakes that we have to avoid. Alright, so this is also extremely important. We hope that you will follow these guidelines, you will follow these best practices, and you will make the most of the program like thousands of students have done before, and you will give us very good ranks in top 50, in top 100. Alright, so let us begin. The first is, what is the MGP program? So in MGP program, what we have is a test series. Alright, the first thing that we have is a test series. You have a test series plan, the whole syllabus. Alright, you have a test series plan, the whole syllabus is broken down into small components which you are supposed to prepare as per the test plan. Once you write your test, you will be getting your evaluated copies maximum up to 12 days. However, you will generally get, what we have seen is, so we also have a transparency report, you can access it and you can see what is the average duration in which copies are checked. Alright, maximum we think that within 5 days is typically is what you will get your copies. Alright, once a copy is given to you, it is expected that you read the micro comments and the macro comments and schedule a mentor call so that you can discuss how you can make improvements. Alright, so there are 2 or 3 levels of improvements which your mentors will suggest. Alright, so it's a test series program. Now what we have also done, if you have seen the brochure, we have given you broken certain keywords. Alright, these are the keywords along which you have to make preparation. The keywords have been given to you. So this is technically, if you see, a mentor supported test series program, and it's not a passive learning, but it is more active than that. Alright, so once you write a test, you will have the detailed solutions, you will also have discussion videos, and you will have, most importantly, you will have a mentor support. Alright, so we have a good team of mentors who have been there in the past 3 years, 4 years or so. Alright, so you have a good mentor support. You can reach out to Ketan sir, Shivangi Anand ma'am, myself, my name is Ayush, and Amit sir. You can all reach out. Alright, a robust set of mentors have been there who have been very critical in success of our students. Alright, so we hope that you make good use of this. So do not treat it just as a test series where you have enrolled and then you are not writing the test. Please write the test, whatever you know you write, and from there we will begin our journey. Alright, so this is what about the program is. We started this program way back in 2016 around, And so we started Foramize, as you know, started as a community before an academy. And for the first year, nobody joined us, to be very honest. We had 5 lakh members, but nobody joined us. The idea was also that we did not, put any advertisements. So only the people who knew us personally, they joined us. From the first batch of, as far as I remember, 86 people joined us out of them. So we made a promise to everyone. In the first year, if you see that out of 86 people who joined, we promised everyone that you'll get an interview call. 74 people got an interview call from our very first batch. These were people who were on the forum, the community website, and the people who knew us personally. All right. So this is the first batch from which we got many rank holders out of this, and from there we started our journey. The next year, from these people, from word of mouth, the next year people joined us, and slowly we give. Currently, you can expect that about every third candidate who selected in the civil services examination is a student of Foramize Academy. In fact, the MGP program primarily. And if you want to see previous success stories, so from the very first batch, all right, you can see Prajit Nair. So first time, different candidates, different profiles. He was this candidate, which will say was not able to clear the mains examination 3 times. So when he came up to us, we said, okay, if you clear the mains examination and you get a good rank, will you help us with the mentorship? Because it was a community. So he agreed. He got an interview call. He was extremely happy, and later in the same year, he got 86th rank, as far as I can remember. The first video you will see of Prajit Nair. All right. Mitali Sethi was another one, very helpful and a very proud IAS officer. She is also was from the very first batch of mains guidance program. She also is the best officer of her batch from the academy, as per in the Labasna, the best officer award is given. She was from her batch. All right, so these are from the very first batch. From the second batch, on the basis of word of mouth popularity from this, we got, this was another candidate, secured first rank from this program. All right, this candidate again. All right, these were engineers, rank 10. Another very popular member from the forum who was there for a very long time with us. He was a working candidate, therefore he could not devote a lot of time. This candidate Sumit could not devote a lot of time for full-time preparation. Very active on the forum community. He got 54th rank, as far as I remember. He was a candidate from Bihar, working professional. All right, working somewhere in Rajasthan. From this word of mouth, we got this candidate. So he ended up getting 7th rank. He had come. So between the prelims and mains examination, in fact, he had moved to Delhi just for the purpose of preparation. Then this candidate, again 2 times prelims, could not qualify. She was, however, a part of the foundation program as well. All right, so she was a part of the foundation program, but she was very diligent with respect to MGP program. She was one of the few candidates, I would say that 100%, those students who, were writing the test 100%. 2 candidates, I will say, one was this candidate, the other was this candidate, who may have written 100, 110. If you see last year, we would have this candidate from Maharashtra. All right, 15th rank. All right, Pratyush, again a fresher, Pratyush Pandey. All right, again a fresher, rank 21, first attempt. These are the years where a lot of first timers and first attempt candidates have been able to secure a rank just by doing the mains guidance program. All right, so if you see Chandra Jyoti, Delhi University. All right, Delhi University students, rank 28. Ananya, rank 51. Apart from that, rank 25 is also there, first attempt person, all these people. So between 21 to 27, Himanshu, all these candidates. So a lot of candidates have secured good ranks and they have been a part of this program. What we like to pride ourselves is that most of these candidates, in fact, some of these candidates have written nearly everyone who's in the list has written 80% of the test. All right, 80% of the test, and half of them would have written 100% of the test, every single test. They have been so diligent. All right, some of these candidates whom we asked, some of these candidates who were writing the test, we felt that they had reached a preparation level where they do not need to do answer writing anymore. So they were asked to stop writing tests, the last few tests before the mains examination. All right, so this is, and please reach out to the mentors, and you will get a good opinion on this. All right, once if you are one of those who has been writing too many tests. All right, so but I would recommend that at least 70 to 80% of the test you must write. All right, so these are previous success stories. Then with respect to the MGP plus and concept classes that we have, so if you see the MGP program, it is having, all right, we are giving total of 42 tests where there are half length test, 21 half length test and full length test. So why we started with the half length test is because of the recommendation of our former student itself, where they said that sir, it is very difficult to write a full length and full syllabus test. Therefore we came up with half length test that is of 1.5 hours duration. It is expected that those of you who do not have the sitting ability of 3 hours, and which is perfectly alright, if you cannot sit straight for 3 hours, what is needed is developing the ability, and it is what is not needed is God gifted ability. Right, what is needed is developing some good habits, some good abilities. So we expect that with the half length test that we are having right now 42 tests in the MGP program. Alright, with decent number of half length tests, where the expectation is that at least 90 minutes you can give for writing a test which is on the less number of topics, followed by full length test. We will make sure that before the prelims examination you will have a set of full length test, and before the mains examination you will have a iteration with full length test. This is how it should be. The MGP plus variant, because in the first year we did not have MGP plus, in the second year we had MGP plus. Here we have added essay. Why we have added essay? Essay simply because what happens is that when we take up any program, one problem that we found was in the first batch, for example, out of 86 students, 74 people got an interview call, but within 100 ranks we had only 3 or 4 candidates, and one of the key reasons was that we did not provide any essay support in the first time. So in the second attempt, after seeing the essay marks, we decided to add MGP. Now what happened is, nobody wants to, sometimes students do not want to subscribe to an essay program separately. So MGP plus, we provided this choice. We provided essay so that you can practice essays, and we recommend that at least 4 to 6 essays if you have practiced, at least 4 to 6 essays if you have practiced, at least, alright, and up to 8 essays and not more than 8 essays. Please do not write more than 8 essays. Alright, do not ruin yourself just doing one thing. Alright, we saw that we could significantly improve the ranks, and we could significantly improve the scorecard of the candidate. We started this way back in the first year that we started was the year 2017. So if you see rank 1, Anudeep, and if you see candidate, he was a part of MGP plus. If you see Apurva, Leaky Cauldron was her name on the forum long back. Alright, so Apurva, if you see, this candidate has secured 175 marks in the essay paper out of 250. Highest marks in the past 5 years, 175 out of 250. Student from the MGP plus program. Alright, so this essay, in essay you will have essay tests, and please write at least 4 to 6 essay tests before going for, even if you are, there are 2 kinds of candidates based on where we are coming from. Those of you who have very good English and written and spoken skills, please make sure that you write enough number of essays. Do not be in the confidence that I have done very good in essay in all my life in ICSE board or whatever English medium board you have, so I'll just go and write essay in the final examination and I'll score marks. Sometimes there is beginner's luck, but more than that, there is a certain pattern of writing essays which you will see and which you will discover. Secondly, students who have not ever written an essay before or have written essay long time before and do not have the confidence right now to write an essay test, please write some essay test. You will be surprised by the immense progress that you will make after writing the 3rd, 4th test. Alright. Now another thing that we have added this year is the concept classes, MGP plus concept classes. Here the problem that we are facing was that students sometimes do not have conceptual clarity. Sometimes students may not have done a foundation course, and sometimes they may not be also be able to do sufficient case study, sufficient self-study. So in concept classes, what we do is we list out the most important topics from which questions come in the mains examination, or from which it is expected that they will come. Things that are what we call issue-based preparation. Alright, so things that are expected to come, we come up with those topics and provide you a theoretical framework, or we provide you certain content so that you are able to get a perspective. And these classes we planned for 5 minutes, but now actually it is of 30 minutes duration what we are having right now, and we have planned that we will cover a few hundred topics, at least 500 topics, if not covered through 500 unique classes, then at least 500 topics is what we plan to cover throughout the year. Alright, so all these, for example, you can expect a question on the basic structure doctrine. You can expect a question on the division of power, the separation of power doctrine. You can expect a question on anti-defection law. Now all these questions, we need specific content that goes beyond our prelims preparation. So concept classes is aimed at giving you the content for these topics, alright, so that you can watch and incorporate them in your notes, and you can enhance the content density of your answer. By which we mean to say is that you can enhance the quality of your answers, and when we read your answers, we find that it is a well educated answer. When we started out the mains guidance program, that time a lot of guidance was lacking with respect to answer writing. There was test series, but there were a lot of guidance that was lacking. Over the years, however, from the very first and second batch, the people who secured good ranks, they wrote elaborate blogs. Some of the techniques that we had started and seen very good results with, they were out on students' blogs. And now what we have seen is that there is a much intense competition with respect to writing answers. So there are two phases of answer writing which you will be going through. The first phase is just how to write a basic answer, how to write a good answer, and second is how do you add value to your answer. These are two phases in which you will be doing your answer writing. So please do not try to skip the queue. The first phase when you are beginning is how to write a good answer, a decently good answer. Value addition will happen after your fourth or fifth test over what improvements you can make to score better marks. Alright, but the first goal is how to write a good answer. And what is a good answer? A good answer is one that addresses the demand of the question. Alright, how is this different from a poor answer? A poor answer is one that does not address the demand of the question. In a poor answer, what we have written is not what is asked, but what we know. Alright, so this is the difference. Concept classes will give you a lot of content and clarity on what are the things that we need to know in certain topics. It will provide you the preparation backbone. So this is what we have in the MGP, MGP Plus and MGP Plus Plus, that is the concept classes. Alright, then the next thing that I would want to is that what you will get in the program is, let us say you will be able to use this program, the entire program is going to be online as well as offline given the conditions. Offline right now we have Delhi. Alright, so you will be logging into academy.forumize.com. This will be your place. On the designated date and time, you will get your QCA booklets. You will log in. What you will get is, along the designated time, you will get a QCA booklet. What is a QCA booklet? A QCA booklet is a question cum answer booklet introduced by the Union Public Service Commission from 2013. Alright, what we call the pattern change here. Alright, QCA booklet, question cum answer booklet. The speciality of this booklet is that there is limited space provided to answer every question. So because of this, two things have happened. One is that very verbose answer writers are not able to score very good marks. Second is that those who are able to immediately address the question, alright, in a very objective manner, they are able to score very good marks. A major change has happened. Alright, also it has led to the people who have, for example, slow handwriting, they are able to now perform better compared to before times, because earlier there was no limit of space and people often exceeded the space that was provided. Alright, so right now what we have is a word limit has been fixed, which was not existing to a great extent in the earlier times. The space was not limited, so you have to address the questions, and this is what we will be practicing. You will get a QCA booklet on which you will have an A4 sheet paper and there will be margins drawn. You will be supposed to write in this space. Alright, you will be getting the question paper. You will also be getting the solution. The solutions are enriched with new ideas. Please ensure that you are absorbing the solution fully. It is not random things, it is not gibberish. The quality of solutions that is right now with MGP is, in my opinion, extremely brilliant than what we are doing 2016 and 17. Alright, the content density of the content of the solutions is extremely good. You will be getting discussion videos. It was imperative on you that you will see some discussion videos and they should be adding some value. Alright, they will be adding in some value, especially to those of you who are freshers. Please do not miss the discussion values. Subsequently, apart from these, you will be getting, after writing the test, you will be getting your evaluated copy. You will get your evaluated copy. Subsequent to this evaluated copy, you can reach out to us for mentorship. You can reach out to the team for mentorship. The mentorship right now is happening in the online mode and will happen in the offline mode as Karol Bagh Center opens in New Delhi. Mentorship is right now we are doing it through Zoom calls and Teams call. Every day we are interacting with the mentorship team is already interacting with hundreds of students. Please make sure that you speak to the mentors. Alright, our mentors are extremely experienced. This year, as of now, as I am making this, seeking this, there will be at least 50 students who have secured under 300 rank or 400 rank and who are right now working under the mentorship for the next year's attempt. So please be very clear with this, that the mentors you are going to speak to have seen the most brilliant candidates as well as the basic beginner candidates. Alright, the most basic as well as the most brilliant candidates who have secured under 100 rank but are still writing for next year's attempt. Alright, with the expectation of improving their rank from IPS or IRS in some cases to IAS. Alright, so please make sure that after every paper, or at least you must make a practice that at least once in a month you speak to a mentor. In a worst case, at least after every 2 or 3 papers, ideally after every paper, but after every 2 or 3 papers, please speak to a mentor. And we'll try to make sure that there is significant improvement over a period of time. Alright, so you will be getting all these things. You will be getting your evaluated copy, you will be getting a mentorship, all these things you will be getting in this program. Alright. Then apart from this, mentor support and general support. Alright, so this will be available again completely online. You can always, for mentorship and other general support, you can raise a ticket. If you go to your academy, you will see my tickets. You can reach out to us and raise a ticket and you will get a mentor call. Alright, this is what you will be raising a ticket. For any issues that you face, please raise a ticket and reach out to a mentor. When you reach out to a mentor, make sure that you ask very specific things. Do not ask a very broad question like how do I become an IAS officer. That is something that is beyond the scope of the mentorship. But if you could ask something specific like that, sir, how can I prepare for general studies paper 2, or I am not able to answer these kind of questions, how can I answer these kind of questions? Alright, so this is very specific. Or for example, in ethics paper, this part of the syllabus I am having a problem, sir, would you recommend a good source? We can help you with that. But we cannot help you with questions very broad like how to become an IAS and all. That is not a question. We help you score extremely good marks that ensures that you get very high marks or very high rank in the examination. This is how we can help you with, and this is what mentors have done so far, and they'll be able to help you out with this. Alright. However, having said that, if you have any basic questions, we will be addressing all these questions to you. Alright. And also please write down, often write to us, write to raise a ticket, and often write, you can write your mails. You can also write to us, to the mentor at mentorship@flavian.com. You can write to us if you want to share something, if you want to share. Students do regularly write to us. You can also write to us here. Alright, and we will try to address any concern or programs with respect to the program that you have. Then the next thing which I want to do is, which is the most important part with respect to the program, is that how should you be planning your yearly calendar and what are some mistakes and what are some best practices that we need. Alright, so one thing that is there is that we are sitting right now, so what my opinion is that it requires at least 10 months of preparation to clear the civil services examination in one go. What we recommend is that about 5.5 months of preparation for the mains examination and about 5 months of dedicated preparation for the prelims examination. What is needed is that there is a complete difference in approach when it comes to the prelims versus when it comes to the mains. The prelims examination essentially requires sticking to some basic books and reading them infinitely again and again. Like you must read at least 5 times, 7 times and 10 times, so that anything that is asked from the book you should be able to answer. In the prelims examination, the approach will be to memorize to a great deal. This will be our approach with respect to the prelims examination, and multiple revisions from standard books. Alright, this is one key approach. But for the mains examination, for which we should be preparing right now, our approach will be a bit different. We will try to focus on the issues. Alright, when you are reading about the parliament, in the prelims you may need to remember that what is the minimum eligibility to be a member of parliament. But for the mains examination, something like this will not at all be an important issue. The important issue will be that is there a decline in parliamentary debates and discussions? Then is parliament not able to control the executive when there is executive majority? This is what you call issues. So we will have to have an inclination towards preparing for the issues. All right. Yes, so we'll take some of the first questions. The students have, I don't know anything, how do I write a test? So if you don't know anything, and if you have an upcoming test, see, the first thing is take a look at the sources, and you will be often confused that, sir, there are too many sources given, which one should I follow? The correct answer is the one that makes sense to you. All right, this is humanities. You will not have the same content in every book. So what is needed is that you decide you have 2 or 3 sources. You fix 1 or 2 sources and you read it primarily from there. So you will always have in the mains examination one primary source, and other sources will be your secondary source. Not just the mains, but also the prelims. A primary source is one where you know everything, and the secondary source is one where you are trying to do some value addition. All right. So one of the key things is, if you don't know anything, first approach is you take a look at the sources, and then you try to find out that what are the important, and always have an inquisitive spirit as from that this is the topic, what question can come from here. So please develop this aptitude from day one. From mains perspective, please take a look at the previous year's questions, and where you will get the previous year questions, you will get the previous year questions that have been systemically analyzed into forumis, blog.forumis.com/pyq. Previous year question, PYQ. Take a look at the previous year question before coming for any test. You will get a fair idea as to what kind of questions will be asked. All right, so if you don't know anything, take a look from there. Then more than that, if you don't know anything, and what we recommend is, at least in the beginning, for freshers, please take a look at the question paper. See what are the questions asked in the question paper, and then what you need to do is identify issues from which they are asked. Identify the issues from which they are asked. All right, once you identify the issue, you will realize that there will be very clear issues that are trying to help you cover the syllabus. So you will see that these issues will be, for example, in polity, there will be a question from basic structure. All right, in basic structure, what could be or there will be a question on doctrine of separation of powers. This is something that you need to prepare, and if you look at the previous year question, you will see that this will be a recurring theme. All right, in basic structure, what you need to know? You may or may not need to know the evolution of the case. That will be less important. That may also be asked, but what will be more important is what is said and what is the academic criticism, or what is the problem. Criticism of the basic structure doctrine. With respect to separation of power, you need to know what is the doctrine of separation of powers. All right, and you will have to, over a period of time, you will develop the ability to say things in less number of words. When there is a question on doctrine of separation of powers, our expectation, the MGP teams, our team's academy's expectation will be that you write in simple words what is the doctrine of separation of powers, and a very simplistic definitions will help you score very good marks, saying that doctrine of separation of powers states that the powers of the state are vested in the 3 organs, the legislative, executive and judiciary, and don't stop there. You add that these organs are supreme in their own sphere. Or you can always write a second line that these organs are supreme in their own sphere, or you can write that these, in the Indian context, there is a system of checks and balances between the 3 organs of the state, right? And where is this checks and balances provided? In the Constitution of India. All right, so you will get a lot of these fair ideas with respect to your discussion videos. All right, so you have to identify the issues. You can, if you are a complete fresher, please make sure that if you are not able to answer the questions, what we recommend is you see the question paper, you identify the issue and prepare the issue. Don't prepare the question. I repeat, don't prepare the question, prepare the issue. All right, I repeat again, don't prepare the question, but excuse me, prepare the issue. All right, this is what you can do. Secondly, please do not be afraid of not able to write a perfect answer. What happens is that a lot of times, which we have written here, is that a lot of times students want to write a perfect answer. I want to write a perfect answer and top this examination. We are right now 1 year behind. We are 1 year gap is there between now and, if you are perfect right now, trust me, if you are perfect right now, trust me, if there is no improvement from here till now, we are not going to have great results. What is needed is, you may not be perfect, but you are progressing. I repeat, what we need is progress, what we don't need is perfection for this exam. If you are perfect, I would recommend you to drop out. This is not for perfect people. This exam is for people who are willing to make progress as per the demand of the examination. And with this program, you will make that progress. Alright, please don't try to write the perfect answer in the first test. And then what will happen is you want to write perfect answers. Now you have very high ambitions from yourselves. You are not able to write perfect answers. Therefore, you decide that I will study for 4 months and then I will write these perfect answers. That time does never comes. Alright, and you end up not writing answers at all. Please don't be waiting for writing perfect answers. Perfect is the enemy of good. Some people I have seen are not doing good also because they want to be perfect, and since they are not able to reach that level of perfection, they are not even good students. Alright, they want to be perfect students. Don't chase perfection, chase progress. If you are making progress, I am readily available as a mentor to you. The mentorship team is readily available to you. If you are looking for perfection, please wait for the perfection will come out of you over a period of time by hard work. It will not happen overnight, or it will not happen in the first test. And I can give you a very good thumb rule. So one of my students, he secured a good 13th rank. Alright, so the first time I met him, he was writing 7 questions out of 20 questions. And later, so he secured very good rank, he secured 13th rank later. So I asked him that what worked for him. Alright, he said, sir, one thing is there that I was writing my MGP. I remember because I walked into the classroom that time, offline centers were open, and I saw him. I said, how many questions have you written? He says, sir, 7, 8, more than 7, 8, I don't know. And I think that I am not made for this examination. And this candidate had left his PSU job. Alright, and he came to Delhi to prepare for. So I said, 7 is okay, it's a good for starters. Alright, but he said, sir, one thing I realized that after writing my 5th test, I hated my first test. And this is my message to you. If you don't hate your MGP first copy after your 6th or 7th test, perhaps you are not making progress. We are looking for people who are willing to hate their previous copies and think that what they are writing in the 6th or 7th test, that is good. That is the kind of candidates who will deliver in this examination. Please don't be perfect. Alright, try to focus on one thing, and that is progress. Is words ko likh lo. Perfect, we are not seeking perfection here. What we are seeking is progress. Alright. The other rule that I would want you to follow is, the second is the 70% rule for test writing. What will happen is that when you commence on this program, what will happen is that you will always have a feeling that I have not been able to complete the syllabus. I can tell you as a teacher that teachers have not completed their syllabus. Alright, please remember that this is humanities. There is always something that you will not be knowing. This is humanities. The syllabus has a very wide boundary in humanities, especially those of you who are coming from engineering and sciences backgrounds and maths backgrounds. Alright, please remember that 100% is not what is required. What I will tell you is, please try to do 100% of the syllabus. Alright, please try to do 100% of the syllabus. This is our goal. But this is not what we will set up for. We will, if we are able to do 70%, we are very good. And if we are even able to complete 50% of the syllabus for every test, we are good enough to write a test. Alright, we are good enough to write a test. Don't look for 100%, at least right now. And when this 50% to 70% of syllabus coverage is happening, before every test, you will automatically reach 70 to 80% of syllabus coverage. Alright, before the examination, and this is enough to clear the examination. Alright, if you do this consistently, you will be able to cover 70 to 80% of your final syllabus before the mains examination, which will be in your mind already. The other 20% will be something that you may be having in your mind, but you will not be able to remember it so much. Alright, so please, itna par ye kar lo aap, it will take care of itself. Take care of the penny, the pound will take care of itself. I repeat, take care of the penny, the pound will take care of itself. The third thing which I want to keep for you to keep in mind is this, that before any test, please have a number in mind. You know, if you are a complete fresher, I recommend that before every test, please study for 30 hours. Make it a number. Life is a numbers game. Alright, life is a numbers game. The commission says that if you are from general category, you cannot write this examination if you are older than 32 years. That is a number, right? The commission also says that even if you are a graduate, you cannot write the examination before you are 21 years of age. That is a number. The commission also says that the number of attempts for you to become an IAS officer is limited to 6 for general category students. That's also a number. It is said that they make the benches in 5th class very small, right? So when you will go for in your civil services preparation journey, when you will write the prelims examination, so what used to happen earlier, like 10 years back, that sometimes school was allotted, which now we have more schools. Earlier what school was allotted is sometimes some students used to get 5th class as their exam center in prelims. So every day there used to be a problem that, sir, on the forum, like way back in 2012-13, the problem used to happen from students' perspective was that, sir, the benches are too small. Therefore, I was not able to concentrate fully. Now obviously the commission is aware, and therefore these days they will not give primary school as a center for the prelims examination, but this used to happen before. Why do they make the benches small in 5th class? What is the reason? The reason is the school wants to tell you that you can't be in 5th class for 3 years. What is a good number to stay in 5th class? 1 year is a good number. The next year you should move to the 6th class, then next year you should move to the 7th class, right? So that is a number. Please make sure that you somehow believe in these numbers. 30 hours is something that I would recommend. All right, rule that you recommend before writing any test. So if you have a test on Sunday, from Monday you figure out, okay, where I'm going to give 30 hours, and I challenge you that if you study for 30 hours on the right things, if you prepare your issues, it won't take more than 30 hours for a test. I can guarantee you this. All right, it is not possible that you will study for 30 hours and you will not cover the syllabus of a test. All right, if you are a little advanced and you have other priorities, 18 hours, minimum 12 hours you must study for the test. These 12 hours that I am saying is when you are an advanced user or an advanced student, and at the later time when you will almost know everything. But when you are beginning the program, please study for 30 hours before every test. All right, then another thing which I have said is before also is that the content building purpose rules. Please understand that we will guarantee you that you will know how to write good answers. If you are afraid of writing answers, we will fix this problem forever. You will not have an answer writing problem, that is guaranteed. Over a period of 3 or 4 tests, you will know how to write good answers. You will not have at all any problem there. All right, that is something that we will guarantee. But the objective of this program is not only to teach you how to write answers. The objective of the program is also to build your content. Because if in MGP we will teach you the structure and presentation. All right, if structure presentation is the king, content is the queen. The content is extremely useful. So please use the program to build your content, especially for those of you who are not doing any foundation classes and going for self-study. All right, please use, you see, in every half sectional test or half length test, you will be covering 10 questions. In full length questions, you will be covering 20 questions. These are 20 issues. All right, and for a period of, let's say you write 20 full length test. All right, you have a coverage of 400 issues. Questions will come from here, I will guarantee you that. You will see the problem will be ki pata tha, MGP test mein bhi tha. This was there in the MGP test also, it came in UPSC also, and still we are not able to perform. This should not happen. All right. Another thing is, throughout the MGP journey, it's going to be a little hectic when you actually start studying. All right, it becomes a little hectic. The Sundays come too often. All right, before your life before MGP will be that you are looking forward to the Sundays. All right, and depending on your schedule, because earlier we used to have MGPs on Sundays, now we are releasing the paper earlier so that you can write the test on Sundays. So please know that the Sundays will come very often. Before you have written one test, the next Sunday it will look as if 4 din ke baad, after 4 days you have another test. You will have this problem. So please don't become very serious during your preparation journey. There is a difference. Be sincere in the preparation. Please be sincere in your preparation. How do you become sincere in the preparation? You do 3 or 4 things. Sincerity in the preparation. Alright, how do you become sincere? Sincerity in the preparation. You should be having a plan, some plan of study, that how you are going to do resource distribution. All right, some plan of study. You should be having a list of topics that you will prepare. You should be having a checklist of that, or a to-do list. You will be striking it off. Every day at least you should be striking off things. Mera ye ho gaya, this is what I have done, this is what I have done, this is what I have done. All right, this is what I have done, this is what I have done. These are something that is completed. All right, this is something that has to be completed. All right, so be sincere in your preparation. All right, try to have at least 5.5 hours of quality studies beyond the newspaper. Quality studies beyond the newspaper. If itna sincere, do not get too serious. What I have seen is students become very serious, but they are not sincere. Muskuraiye thoda. All right, it is difficult to smile these days, especially in the times of pandemic. All right, everybody is losing their loved and near ones. We do not know the future. All right, and while we may have no reasons to smile, please try to smile as much as you can and be sincere. Do not be serious. बहुत serious नहीं होना है. Then in this journey, in the next 5 months, all right, the first 5-6 months, please make sure that you are making notes for the mains. How do you make notes? Notes should be having 3 qualities. How do you make notes? The first quality is notes should be synoptic. Synoptic notes. What do I mean by this? It should not be pretty looking, good looking. It should be only having the points. You can take a look at the handout of concept classes, especially for polity. That is, or so that is the kind of synoptic notes that you should be having. All right, the second is the notes should be such that only you understands it. If your notes are selling in the market, then it means that others are understanding it, and that is not the best notes. The best notes are ones that are only making sense to you. You go to the blog, you will see a lot of toppers notes. See how synoptic notes, that is only making limited sense to others, but it is making more sense to you. All right, and the third is, in note making, don't dump content. Dump content nahi karna hai. Don't write random things. Some people, when they make notes of a book, their notes is thicker than the book that they have made notes from. Some student will say, sir, I made Lakshmikant notes, and then what he gives to me is the 7th edition of Lakshmikant. Right? I have studied till the 6th edition. The last copy that I had was 6th edition, so I'm not sure the 7th edition has come. All right, so he is written the 7th edition of Lakshmikant. That is not note making. The note making is always a summary. It is not pretty, it is not beautiful. All right, but it is organized. All right. Then the change is approach from the prelims to the mains. This is very important. Those of you who have done a lot of prelims preparation, इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखिएगा that there is a significant difference in how we think, or we expect a question in the mains. For example, in the prelims, you will be reading CAG. All right, so you've read Lakshmikant, which is a standard book. If you go to chapter 51.3, you will read that the CAG audit, the secret services are not within the purview of the CAG, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. Now, this is something that you may need for the prelims examination, but for the mains examination, this is irrelevant. Complete change in orientation will be there. The criticism of CAG will be something on the lines that will be picked up from the current affairs, such as the criticism may be something like that CAG reports in India are given undue importance by the parliament, all right, or CAG reports in India are known to have not only political outcomes but also electoral outcomes. CAG reports in India not only have political outcomes but also electoral outcomes. What does this mean? What do I mean when I say this? By this I mean that when CAG indicts the government, or CAG criticizes the government in its report over its spending habits, not only becomes a political issue in the country, but it has even become an election issue. Please remember the former CAG Vinod Rai, his book Not an Accountant. All right, so if you remember, when he came up with the CAG, the SCAG report, the newspapers reported those CAG reports as scams, 2G spectrum scam, Commonwealth Games scams. All these were auditory in nature. No real scams were found. In 2G spectrum scam, what did the CAG said? That there is a presumptive loss. If we had, instead of doing this, we had done in this matter, this much more money could have been earned. So do you see that it is always easy to look back and say that this is how we should have done? This is how we should have done, right? But see, do you see that? And because that became an election issue for the government, and the government was voted out of power because of that. The government was voted out of power. Do you see CAG reports not only have political outcomes but have electoral outcomes in Indian polity? Do you see? This is an analysis of CAG. This approach is something that you will need for the mains examination. For the prelims examination, our book is sufficient. All right. Then another thing that I'd want to say is that please plan from Monday for a Sunday test. It will not happen that you have test 2 days later and in one day you will do something, right? And you are not planning, and you have a test on Sunday and Saturday night you are planning. You will not be able to write a good test. Your mood will be, and you will be in a great torture. All right. See, civil services preparation, everybody says that I am hardworking, and out of 10 people, 8 people will not be able to write sit for 1.5 hours and write a test. But everybody will say that they are hardworking. I am willing to work hard. Are you willing to write the test? I don't know. All right. So please make sure that have a plan and don't save the test. Some students always, I have seen that, sir, I am right now saving the test for future generations or future use. Don't save it. It is to be consumed. It is to be, benefited from, and then it is to be discarded. When you write so many tests now, your knowledge will increase. In your mind, you will have a lot of ideas, and you will get done with it, and those tests will not even make sense to you later. You will find that these are very basic, and it will all be in your head. This is how it will eventually become. But yes, please, once you have written a test, please keep your, read those solutions very well and assimilate it in your mind, assimilate it in your notes somehow. All right, but please make sure and cover, if you cover 400 issues through these tests, trust me, you will do very well in the mains examination. You will see that the questions will come from here. All right, so this is all that I had to say with respect to, the mains guidance program. Do very well and follow the program to the hilt, and we expect that you give us very good ranks in top 50 and top 100. All right, so that is all. Thank you so much, class.